Woo, 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 woo. Woo, woo, woo. Aya. Aya, woo. Oh. Awe. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Aya. Kana zuvaria rorereka. Uya. Uya mudiwa muchingare komo. Haya pamuacha. Uya, uya. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Ai. Unoti kudiko mudiwa. Kutiti sangane. Unofunga sei mudiwa. Whoa, 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 yeah. Aya, ndanyore tsamba mudiwa, kuti uzvizive. Ndinoda kutaura newe chinai. Ndinoda kukuona pamuacha nasi. Ndati huya huya. Ndati huya chido cha moyo. Usandinyepere. Aya kana zuvaria orereka. Nawo ya mudiwa muchingare komo. Pamuacha uya uya. Ay 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 ay. Nawo unoti kudiko mudiwa iwe. Kutiti sangane. Noda kutaura newe chinai. Ndanyore tsamba mudiwa iwe. Uya, uya chinai. Pamuacha. Ndati huya huya. Iwe usandinyepere. Noda kukuona iwe. Awo kana zuvaria rorereka. Uya uya mudiwa muchingare komo. Ay 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 ay. Pamuacha. Awo awe. Ay 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 ay. Awo awe. Nawo Ndati huya huya.
Hello and welcome to the Culture right here on Zimpepes Television Network, where we talk football. And opening the show for us right there is Willom Tight. Yeah, and we'll be talking to Willom Tight in a bit. In fact, Willom, you just took me back to the late 90s. Yeah, I remember Mateo and Friends, you, Patience Musha, and Matthew Kaunda. That was some group, hey?
Amen. That was one of the best ever collaborations that ever existed in Zimbabwe. I would say this by myself.
What memories come to your mind when you sing
it was
the
a
song?
a team of everybody knew what he was there for in the band. Patience knew what she was there for. Mateo was the soul man. I was the Afro guy. So, you know, the combination was just something else. Patience had the American also, a bit of that in her as well, African as well. So, you know, It was an amazing combination, man.
Yeah, I must say, this is probably the time that we got to know that there's a voice called Willom Tight.
Oh,
yes,
sure.
you had started earlier, but this really put you on the map.
Sure, yeah. I was introduced like on vocal on a song called Ndiripano. It was on the same album, Wepa Mahacha, Asambe Africa. Actually, the album was called Asambe Africa. So yeah, me, I didn't know I was actually a singer. I thought I was just, that. But then we used to be called babblers, chanters, something like that. The buju, the shaba style, So yeah, when I went to the studio, I thought I was just going to go there and do the chantings, like we always do the reggae way. But then when I got there, the producer, Babadi, who happened to be some guy from Germany there, he said, no, Willom, you're a good singer. You can sing. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think I can sing. He says, no, you got a voice, but you can't sing blues. You can sing jazz, you can sing reggae, you can sing anything else. Then he said, okay, let me do an instrumental, a jazz instrumental. I didn't even know what he was going to come up with. But 2 weeks later, he called me to the studio, and he had an instrumental. Then that's when I did the song Ndiripano. And that was the first time to do, like vocals.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the couch, Willom.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, we'll be talking to you about your music and what's happening right now. Also on the couch, we've got the Couch Squad, Makombarero Mutumukulu and Mo Moyo. It's good to have you guys, and as usual, you're looking...
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks for me. Yeah, thanks for me.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you, Howard.
So, what are we talking about today?
We're talking
Is there anything to talk about? Anything else?
Look, you will be out of touch if you don't talk about Loga Rusic. There's national anger across the board. Should we fire him? Should we not?
Okay, quickly, Loga in, Loga out.
Let's log out.
Why not let his contract run? It's running out anyway in 6 months. So
6 months, not 2 years?
No, 6 months now. Yeah, it's only 6 months left of the contract. So why not let it run out?
All right, Momo and Makomborero Mutumukulu, the Couch Squad, and you are watching The Couch right here on Zim Papers Television Network. Stay with us. You're watching The Couch right here on Zim Papers Television Network. Don't forget, we are also on YouTube. You can also follow us on YouTube. Please just go on the comment section and talk to us. What are we talking about today? Are we saying, should Loga stay or should he go? So you discover that there's a lot that's been happening. Right now, the Warriors are in South Africa. We are playing our last group game at the Kusafa against Senegal, and we're leading by a 0-0, a penalty that was converted by Kader Amin. So yeah, we are really hoping that at least we'll get something out of this. But hey, 90 minutes is a bit too much.
Yeah, look, it's besides the damage has already been done. Even if they had to win 12-0 today, the damage has been done and the decision is due.
Howard, what really do you want me to say?
Focus on the game.
Yeah,
Zimbabwe taking on Senegal right now, and we are 1 goal to the good.
Yeah, I think we've always played well against West Africans. Like we always play well against Ghana. We always play well against Senegal. So I don't expect us to lose actually. Yeah, but with Loga, how many minutes are we in now? Because you can only be happy after it's done.
Yeah, but you said let his contract run out.
Yeah, we are agreeing on him going, but the way we want him to go. I think okay. Yeah, Marco wants him now. I'm saying I
didn't even want him appointed. I thought it was a mistake from
I'm saying let's just let the contract run, and 6 months down the line we're done with him. We don't want to. Is this a funny guy who can take you to court with all these? Let him go nicely.
All right. I know what you're saying. Remember, we had issues with Tom Saintfield And there's also an issue with one Valinhos. Yeah, I kind of understand. So what we are talking about today is Logarusic. Is it time for us to say goodbye to him? Why? What must be understood is that this record is only adding to an already poor record by the coach Logarusic. He has so far won only a single game in 11 matches since he was appointed. So to add to the Warriors' humiliation, there was a 2-0 defeat against Namibia in their last game, brought to an end by the Warriors' proud unbeaten record. The Warriors had gone for 18 games unbeaten at the COSAFA tournament. In a way, we are kings of the COSAFA tournament. So you can understand the frustration even from Makomborero and Momoe, because such has been Zimbabwe's strength at this tournament that even a second string side is still expected to stamp authority, still expected to just steamroll past everybody. That's why we are saying, is Logarusic the right man to continue leading the Warriors? Is it time for him to wave goodbye?
Yes, it is. I think he has had time to infuse whatever philosophy he had, if he has one. What we have now, we are directionless, we are leaderless. The way we play, we are clueless. And for a guy who's getting a reported $7,000 a month, that's way too costly a mistake. Okay, his contract is running out in 6 months, fair and fine. But what is coming between now and the 6 months that the contract runs out? We've got World Cup qualifiers. Should we take that risk with him? I don't think we should.
I think he's coming from that point that he has played 11 games. Today is his 12th match in charge. And you look at the return, you know, 1 win.
The results are really, really pathetic. Even 6 defeats, it's just too much. More than half of the matches. You lose more than half of the matches. It means that he's not learning anything. Because if it were the first 5 matches, first 3 matches, we'd say, okay, he's learning the team, he's introducing his philosophy, he's trying things. But now, 11 matches, it means that he doesn't know what he really wants to do. Or he doesn't have anything. He doesn't know.
It's a journey, guys. It's a journey.
A journey to where?
To the end of his contract.
Do you know when you are going by airport, soon after Pamasoja, there's a roundabout. You can be fooled. When your car is actually moving in circles, and you're believing that you're going somewhere, but you're not. This is exactly where we are. We have a guy who has got excuses before every game, and you know what he's said to say. We didn't play so much football, but you were just watching the highlights there against Namibia. Namibia, where they're also playing football. And I believe, you know, one of the things that I hate about him is failure to appreciate what the Warriors mean. You know, when we sing that national anthem, we say Zimbabwe was born through blood, the liberation struggle. That must show wherever you're going to represent Zimbabwe. It must show. It must show. Whether you woke me up while I was sleeping in my place and you say, Marco, go and analyze a game, you are representing Zimbabwe. I will tell you, yes, I was sleeping, yes, I'm not feeling well, but because the flag is here and you are singing the national anthem, let it show. You cannot tell me that
he's got a Croatia flag.
But you cannot tell me, you know what, I'm happy that we did not lose. Who says that?
You know what? We in a bit we'll hear from Logarusic probably what he thinks about the squad selection, whatever material has been on at his disposal. We get to hear from him. Then we can then take it further and see what really is going on.
I just wanted to say what Marco is saying, that we may be going in circles. I wanted to say I think we are going. It's only that we are going nowhere.
But we are.
Yeah, we are moving.
All right, tell you what, our reporter Ntando Nsikani was in the streets of Harare to get the thoughts of some of the Warriors supporters on the current situation.
After crashing out of the COSAFA tournament, the big question is, should Loga remain the Warriors coach or should he go home? Join us as we ask the people around.
Because of the poor performance which we had in the COSAFA, in the CHAN, for the previous games, I don't think he is the right man for this Zimbabwean job. I don't think he deserves this one.
A foreign coach, local coaches, but I do better. So the best way to go is my local coaches idea. What I want to see, but I'm going to run on as a zeal to Nigana Nigantambasi, no needs. so far Zimbabwe, as we speak, hatina coach. Because ukaona my tractor logo national team, I think about 12 games now, only one win. Saka zvinotaura kuti hatina coach senyika yeZimbabwe. I think Zifa vanofana kuona zvikuita in terms of kutsvagira coach anoziva bhora. Rather than kuti spende mari kubhadhira munhu asina zvaari kuziva. Ini ndofungidza kuti maybe a local coach is better than anyone. A local coach, because at least my local coach is ane results akatiratidza. Vakambotiratidza results. Takaona takaenda kuAFCON, tikaenda kumakosava, tikatora makosavas akatwande nema local coaches edu. But in terms of international coaches, akafanana nano Loga I think is one of the worst coaches atina ana chanoziva Loga. It's better to give our local coaches anana ndira.
I think solution inofana kuitwa ka tora macoach edu emunomu, ma local coaches. Uyu Loga uyu toenda kuCroatia ka anonzi ndiplamba here kana kuti ndichii, hatozika anonzi ndikoach ikoko. Saka zviri wise kutora ma local coaches edu otibatira basa.
So records don't favor the Croatian. After having 11 games and only 1 win, other names are now being whispered by the masses. Court Squad, what do you think?
So that's our reporter Ntando Nsigani. She was in the streets of Harare earlier on, and well, from what we heard, they are speaking in unison, and there are two things there.
Yeah.
And one thing is all these want Loga out.
Yeah.
And they also seem to say local coaches are better. But Ntando, just threw a question to you guys. What do you think about what defense are saying?
Well, I agree. Totally I do agree. Especially the last guy who said he's probably the worst coach we've ever had. Because the results are there to see. And here is a guy who ups on saying, I won when it mattered the most. Against who? Against Botswana. Come on, man. I mean, how low are we aiming now? For you to come and say, look, I won and I took the team to the Africa Cup of Nations. And he's not being truthful, is he?
Did he? Did he take the team to
It
the
was a
Africa
relay. He delivered the win that we wanted.
Oh,
without
probably
a coach, that team would have gone and beaten Botswana.
Oh,
Even
so
with
it's
Moore as a coach.
Right place, right time.
Right place, right time. We could have just gone and beaten Botswana. Teams like Botswana. Teams like Botswana.
I've got coaching qualifications. I've got coaching qualifications, so I could actually coach the team too. Yeah, I could have.
Even without a coach, Zimbabwe is expected to beat Botswana. Without a coach. Yeah.
But I want to echo what Marco is saying. The problem, we have Loga, who we are now talking about today. But who brought Loga? That's the biggest challenge. We may all talk. Let's say, let's chase Loga away. Loga, this
him?
Loga.
Hey,
it's Zifa.
Okay,
Zifa brought Loga.
Yes.
And we may say, what we want, but we don't know why they brought Loga in the first place. And they are the only people who can say we are going to chase away Loga. We can say all we want.
So we're just wasting our time.
We are. Because you know what? Why I'm saying that in the first place, why would any sane organization or individual or committee appoint Loga in the first place? Why? Maybe because it was the cheapest option available.
At 7,000?
Do you
US dollars?
Or there's somebody who's getting some money from Loga. I now say it as it is, man. Either per 7,000 yeah, Loga, there's something that is going to someone. It doesn't make sense, Howard, to get a guy from Croatia and give him 7,000 US dollars. And he spends more than 80 days in his home country. And Ziva says it is fine. No, it doesn't work like that.
All right, we are coming to you. This is what's going on, Willom. I don't know how much football you know, but obviously because these guys were talking about patriotism, you know, having that beautiful flag here. I'm sure you also follow what's going on.
Yeah, man, just like music, if it's a good song, by the end of the recordings, we hear it with our ears. Mm-hmm. It's the same with soccer.
At the end of the 90 minutes, you know.
We need the good results. And we're still, you're doing it for the nation. Come on, for real, man. You guys are correct.
So, coming to you, Willom, you made a lot of noise. Late 90s, early 2000, and now, you know, I was struggling to think, when was the last time I heard Willom? And if my memory serves me right, it's taking me back to 2013. We heard you went to South Africa, signed a lucrative deal with is it Shamiso Entertainment and what? And you produced an album that had so many African voices, and one of them, Salif Keita.
True.
That was it. What happened?
Hey man, this game here, this industry of ours also, there are sharks, and you know, there are sharks out there. There's man, there are monsters out there. You know, when you think you're done, when you put your art, your time and everything, probably a year working with great artists like, you know, I worked with Salif Keita, worked with Rantown Galado from Nigeria, worked with Speedy from South Africa, worked with Max Vidima, Zimkem, South African, Eric Paliani from Malawi, like a 360, you know, collabo with great artists in Africa. And I was putting my all and we actually working like crazy. I never thought music could be so like helpful when you're recording. So after a year, I came back here. I'm celebrating. I'm done, you know, with the project. Probably this is the
biggest project in your life
ever. Yeah. So I came back. I recorded one song with my son, and fire started. It's like already you haven't honored the contract. We the ones that chooses whosoever you must record with. And I'm like, you know, a song with my son. That's all it started. And then from there he's like telling me that I've breached the contract. They were also having fights with Kalawa, you know, because we had worked with Uhuru, you know, Maporisa and them. So Kalawa wanted to release the music under their label as well. And he wanted to release it under his. So a lot of things were not going well until Tatosh Kapango Yaguti. And so
a lot of people have been asking, you've got Willom. We thought Willom is dead or something. Where have you been?
Hey man, I've been in SA like for the past 3-4 years. I was trying to hustle in South Africa, having gigs, trying to get contracts, but some of them that comes out later like that. And then, but since December, I've been like home. And I don't think I'm just going to go back there soon, because right here I'm a bit busy now. I've been working on an album. Actually, 2 albums are coming on the way. And I've done a lot of collaborations with also very special and good artists in Zim. So a lot of stuff is coming out pretty soon. And yeah, I've been trying to work. I've been hustling. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I know you're here. We've got all the time to talk about that. What's the next song?
The next song is called Dinoda Wangu Kumariseva, but it's on a reggae, on a reggae note. I've realized that, you know, a lot of our young guys, they love reggae. So I just thought of putting this song on the same old song on a reggae note. I think you like it. Let me just give it a try.
Let's go.
Let me try, yeah. Rastafari. Big up all the Massive and crew. It's Willom Tight, you know. Doda wangu we kumaruzeva andinga wane we mudhorobha nditsvakire iwo we kumapanyaini andidi munoza karasatsika doda wangu we kumaruzeva andinga wane we mudhorobha nditsvakire iwo we kumapanyaini andidi munoza karasatsika tete ndokunzirai murora kuti dzinza rikure murora akabva kuvanhu dzokai vana vevhu. I've been searching for too long for this African woman. Hatidi zambiri kwa munyemba gonda muhuku shundu mundove ayayayaya shundu mundove ayayayaya ndura wangu we kumaruzeva. Help me Howard. Andinga wane we mudhoro nditsvakire iwe we kumapfanyaini andidi munozaka ndora wangu we kumaruzeva andinga wane we mudhorobha nditsvakire iwe we kumapfanyaini andidi munozaka rasatsika pedyo tete ndokunzirai murora kuti dzinza rikure murora akabva kuvanhu dzokai vana vevhu. I've been searching for too long for this African woman. woman. Hati did something from Munyemba. Gondo Mugu. Shundo Mundove. Ay, 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 ay. Shundo Mundove. Ay, 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 ay. Uda wangu we kumarize fine. Andinga wane we mutoroba. Ditrakire iwa we kumapanya. Didi munoza karaza tsika. Uda wangu we kumaruzeva. Andinga wane we mutoroba. Ditrakire iwa we kumapanya. Didi munoza Are you feeling the vibes? On the reggae note, Howard, eh? So now we remember I was telling you about chanting. Listen this. Manos, Madedembo kwai. Hey. Did you hear that? Let me take it again. Manos, Madedembo kwai. Hey. What's going on? Shabuno kupfumuka kuchita self-denial kutoratsika dzevamwe iwe woti une style kwaraboda now ndaramba zvemanos ndodamsikana umapanya ane tsika dziri straight unobiche skin oils no hair chemical kwata nzongo nyama wakazodzwa dovi ane lava chino chemoyo my sweet Italy kwaraboda now ndaramba zvemanos do I take the chanting? Thank you. Yeah.
For May, transforming men into gentlemen.
You're watching The Couch right here on Zimpepers Television Network, and today we are discussing the fate of Warriors coach Zdravko Logorusic. We are saying, is it time for him to say done? Because Zaramba or probably Zifa has to say it. They just should swallow their pride and say, you know, the marriage is not working, because there are a lot of issues that have resulted in people criticizing the coach. And in fact, it's the COSAFA tournament right now, because we've gone to the COSAFA tournament. We have both there. And what we are seeing right now, particularly the players that are in South Africa, it's not what probably people are expecting. There are players there without clubs, and a lot has been said. But let's hear from Logorusic on the players that he's got there, especially the clubless players.
Well, we had only 7 days preparation, but I have to say we haven't got official league from November 2019. This is 2021. But also you can see most of your players, they haven't got much fitness, and still they lost some sense for the space, for the touch, for the dribbling or something. That's normal, because instead of play till now about 40-50 games, including league, cup games, friendly games, they played 3. Only. But this will help me, because I brought 3-4 players which usually we play for the national team, but for the moment they are without clubs, and we must keep them in shape. That's the reason why they need training, they need games. The rest of my starters, which will go for under World Cup qualification in the AFCON, they are in the process in Europe. And also I gave chance, I'm not sure now, it was 6 or 7 players under 23 from the league. That means also we are building a bit a CHAN team for the next qualification next year.
So that's the Zimbabwe coach Logorusic talking about the players, some of the players that he's got there that are clubless. But just to let you know, the game that's on right now, it's half-time between Zimbabwe and Senegal at the COSAFA tournament, and it's now 1-1. Yeah, We scored early, but Senegal have equalized just before half-time. So we also spoke to Loga Rusic about what he calls a mixture of young and experienced players.
The 8 boys which are playing local league. Local league that we didn't play from November 2019. This is 2021, and 8 of them were in the final at the end of the game, and step by step. Instead for them to have about 40-50 games from November 2019 to now, they had 5 games, and for those 5 games, I think they performed well. We brought local players because we are preparing ourselves for the CHAN next year, and also we brought some experienced players just to give us a bit boost. That means we have spine of the team, goalkeeper, center defender, and center striker, 3 experienced boys. The rest of them are like rips. The rest of them are local boys which are running, trying. They are picking up experience, and that's our target for the moment. And I can go game by game, but also I have to think about future. I didn't bring from 23 players which played usually for me national team. I brought only 1.
Zdravko Logarusic, yeah, he's thinking about the future, and the future that he's talking about the CHAN that's coming up next year. He's not even talking about the World Cup qualifiers that is coming now, or even the AFCON. I know everybody is talking about the Africa Cup of Nations, but he's talking about the CHAN. That's why he's got the players that he's got there. I don't know, but maybe you should shed a bit of light on that one aspect of clubless players. The second one, looking at the future.
You know what? There's always a feeling that there could be some mobile money involved. It's an accusation that they use a term of a company that provides that service. And it's difficult then to argue against people who say that. When you have Ovidi Karuru, who has just been relegated, he's 32, we know what he brings. He's called up. We have Ishmael Wad, 28. Scoring goals for Caps United. If we are talking about the future, Ishmael Wad or Ovid Karuru, who is the future here? I think Ishmael Wad is the future. What we have here is a coach who is out of touch, and it's showing in the things that he says, in the way that he does business. One of his arguments is, I only watch the games in Harare. So what was the purpose of having meetings with those local coaches? You've got Joey Antipas, a chicken in, he could have called him and said, look, I want to choose players. Which players can I bring along to COSAFA? A decision just has to be made. Okay, 6 months to go. How much is it? Let's calculate it and let him go. I knew this guy was a problem when he came and said, you know what, Zimbabweans have suffered a lot. I'm here to make him happy, to make them happy. He said that at his first press conference. I said, this guy is a clown. And it turned out to be, he's a clown from Croatia.
So before you come in more, he's focusing on probably the players that he took to South Africa. Now I want you to zero in on the other aspect of the inactivity, you know, in our league. He says because of COVID we haven't been active. Now there's a team like Namibia. We lost 2-0 to Namibia. Namibia doesn't have a running league. I think didn't have for the past 4 years. They had no running league for 2 years, then COVID came. So now they are in their 4th year without football, but they beat Zimbabwe 2-0. And the coach says COVID has played a part in our defeat to teams like that.
They didn't even bring in their top striker, Shalulile. He's holidaying there. I want to say, Howard, inactivity is not... COVID has affected all the teams that are participating at the tournament, not Zimbabwe only. So that is not an issue. You should just... what I wanted to find out is Loga Rusic is not talking about the mandate he has been given by ZIFA for the COSAFA. What did ZIFA tell him about COSAFA? And what are his key result areas? If you are a coach, you are left with 6 months. We expect results from you. You are trying to secure a longer contract, isn't it? But then you go, did he even select those players? How the selection, like...
he's got 2 assistants, local coaches, Tonderai and Lloyd Chitem.
That's where the other problem comes in. Howard, I always go back to Zifa, although Loga is a problem. Normally when a coach comes, they should be given the liberty to choose their assistants. Did he get that? When these other coaches are selecting whoever they are recommending to Loga for the final team, are they doing it in good faith?
So are you saying,
I'm saying
Tonde and Lloyd are bad coaches?
I never said that, and I would never say that about that. Their records.
You're questioning
their
the
records.
appointment.
No, I'm questioning why Zifa appoints assistant coaches for the national team coach. Loga should be able to bring these own people. When we are firing Loga, we should not have someone else. We should say, okay, but Tonde should have helped him, Chitembo should have. We should not have that. We should say, Loga, you and your technical setup, you're out. Right, but Loga can come here and tell you that, you know what, these guys were also coming in and saying this and that, and we will have challenges with that.
All right, let's hear from a different voice altogether. Let's go to Herald Senior Sports Editor Robson Sharuko to find out what he thinks about the selection of players at the COSAFA tournament. Rob Logarisic has given his reasoning, and Marco and more as well. So what are your thoughts on this?
Went on the messages that we're getting, there were conflicting messages. The coach was trying to tell us that, you know, we're just going there to prepare to look at some of the players that we have not given enough time in terms of the Warriors main team. But then we see players like Jimmy Zingai, we see players like Ovidi Karuru playing, and then we ask ourselves, is the coach really telling us the truth, or is just sending a lie as he has done most of the time? And you find that we didn't have even an objective. What is the objective of going there? Are we going there to prepare? And if so, who are the kind of personnel that we want? So it has all been chaotic, and the selection process itself, you look at when you bring in Evans Rusike, and then Evans Rusike is injured, and then you go and take in Derek Modimba, you are asking yourself, where are you getting the statistics for a call to justify Molimba's inclusion into the team? There is nothing. You ask yourself, how do you ignore a person who has scored more goals than anybody in the Chibuku Super Cup? And you don't get the answers. So it's been a complete joke, and the end justifies the means. So you can tell that we are getting exactly what we deserve because everything has been shambolic.
All right, so Robson, what is probably your position regarding the future of the coach with the Warriors? Because we know we've got the Africa Cup of Nations finals coming next year. We also have got the World Cup qualifiers. What's your position?
I think you are asking the wrong person. You are asking a converted guy who, from the word go, told this nation that he didn't believe that we have the right man in Loga, because you look at his track record. What is it that really propelled Zifa to believe in him? You don't see anything, save for his stint as the Sudani national team coach, in which he took them to third place in the Chan tournament. And if you are a team like Zimbabwe, where qualifying for the AFCON is no longer something that can be celebrated, because people are saying that we need to be going as far as the quarterfinals, as far as the semi-finals, and if need be, even to get into the final. And you look at Loga, he doesn't have the experience of coaching at a level where you can be deemed to have said he has done so much to justify his roping in as the Warriors coach. He is, to use simple terms, I think he's just a fraud. He doesn't appear to be a coach to me. I think we don't see any substance coming from him. His tactics are poor, his selection is poor, and people talk about that he took us to the AFCON, and I'm saying no, he didn't take us to the AFCON. Why do you then ignore the 4 points that a guy like Joy Antipas got for the Warriors? And then you take the 4 points that Loga got for the Warriors, and then dress those 4 points in a mirage of gold, as if he did anything. I mean, one win in 11 games. When you are coaching a national team, winning is everything, because the games come few and far between. You have got at most 4 games a year. So if you are going to say winning is not everything, then what are you here for? Because Loga, when you look at him, I think he doesn't have the composure to be the national team coach. He doesn't have the vision to be a national team coach. His character, I think, is dubious. He appears to be somebody who is just here on a holiday. And it's a shame that I was doing the calculations. We have spent probably $135,000 US dollars for him to win 1 game. And I was saying, why didn't we put that money into Joy Antipas? Because Joy Antipas, in 2 games, he had taken us 4 points. He had won 1 game, had drawn 1. But we forced him out. And we hired this guy, and he comes in. We give him 135,000, and all he pays us back with is just 1 win. 1 win against Botswana. And then we sit on the top of the mountain, having beaten Botswana of all teams. This is a guy who's taking us for a ride, and the sooner that we understand that, the better. Because at the AFCON finals is shown at the Chan finals and has been shown at the COSAFA finals, we are going to be in for a big hiding. Because you cannot then just say, we didn't have the local games being in motion. Yes, but what about Namibia? In the last 3 years, how much football have Namibia played? But they've gone there and they've been a very good representative of their country because they've got a coach, they've got a system, they know exactly what they want. Loga doesn't absolutely qualify to be anywhere near a national team coach. And I'm near a national team. And I'm talking about even a team like San Marino, who are the worst team in the world. He doesn't qualify to be there.
Robson Sharuko, Senior Sports Editor at The Herald, thank you very much for your views on this issue we were talking about. I think he was clear on what he thinks about Logarusic and what he has done. I think what we then need to understand is, why do we always go for foreign coaches when we've got local coaches who are doing well? Especially this issue about the AFCON. We had Joy Antipas, 4 points from 2 games. And we went on, we took this guy on. What was the reasoning behind?
I'm not sure you heard Kabambo saying this guy has coached a lot of continents in Africa. I'm not sure what he said then, but it didn't come out right. I believe maybe we've got this fascination about white skin. We said Modric, Logarusic, then you probably thought the sich is where the trick is. But the long and short of it, Howard, we are at a point now where if Zifa doesn't fire Logarusic, they are the enemies of the nation. Straight up. The people that are at Zifa do not own Zimbabwean football. Zimbabwean football is for the people of Zimbabwe, and when the people of Zimbabwe are not happy with something, so be it. I come from a school of thought where I say, this is the national question. Like I said, when we sing the national anthem, it ceases to be about football. When we play against Senegal, it is us, it is Zimbabwe versus Senegal at whatever level. And it must show. It's a mockery to every person who has gone to coaching school, including my friend Momo here, whatever level he is at.
I also did level 1.
Well, including you. To have Logarusic being said to be the national team coach. Since he came, what is our playing style? He went to Cameroon and he saw a bet that he had died for reasons that heavens knows. And he took a placard and wrote witchcraft in Cameroon. And he put that on Twitter. Do you know what a diplomatic chief is? Is the Cameroonian ambassador or the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Cameroon calling the Minister of Foreign Affairs here to say your coach is accusing our people
of witchcraft?
Of witchcraft. Is that a football matter? No. It's bigger than football. And this guy has been making such mistakes, going on and on, making excuses. At some point, enough has to be enough. And I have criticized the SRSC for being trigger happy. Right now, I'm just waiting for a point where they say, put pressure on Kamamba. Either you fire Logarusic or you are fired. That's where we are now.
So 11 games more.
Yeah.
The guy has only won once. When is enough enough?
Enough was enough before he even started. You know, the guy, when he came through, he was saying, I see Zimbabwean football, you are not happy and what. Where are we now? We are even worse off.
Then he came.
Than before he came. We're okay. We actually criticize. You know, I have to be the first person to say I'm sorry to Mafero. You know, I thought Mafero was supposed to have won the home match and also won against win against Zambia.
Struggled against Somalia.
You know, and
I
you
also now understand why Mafero said I can't be an assistant to this guy.
No,
You know, I'm really sorry to Mafero for saying that, because now we are ever said, you know, you don't enjoy watching Zimbabwean football anymore because the national team is not playing well.
What are you watching?
We have to watch because we are patriotic, not because we want, but because you're patriotic. You have to watch. And you know, the selection was so poor. I don't even understand. He was here. He was always going to the National Sports Stadium. Why didn't you drive to Shavane or BF? You know, if you look at the teams that were playing in the Chibuku Cup, you take Ngezi, you take FC Platinum, you take Boso. Only those three teams, and Chicken Inn, the fourth team. And you pick players from, they would play better than
the core of the team.
You could actually play better than the team that was selected. What is the basis to have such a team? This guy is not result oriented. Why? Maybe probably he was told it's okay even if you lose at Kosafa. We don't. My friend, Peter Love used to fly from UK to play Kosafa. That's how important it is to us. We want to win every match.
Yeah, make it a culture. Willom, these guys are talking about the culture of winning and how important that is. And I look at you. You turned 50, right?
Sure, I did, man.
And they say in music, you know, you mature like wine as you go. And yes, there were a lot of disappointments, contractual obligations that you were said to have breached in South Africa after you produced a masterpiece of an album. But look, that's water under the bridge.
Sure.
Because now people are excited. You're saying Dinoda Wangu on a reggae tip. By the way, you and I should go and record that.
Yeah, we should sing together, man. Yeah, you're such a good backing vocalist.
So, when I look at that and the potential that we know you've got, look, at 50, you are very young. We want to hear more. What's going on now?
Yeah, we're trying to reignite, you know, the brand Willom Tight, you know, at 50 though, with all those.
It's just a number.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Thank you. So yeah, we're working. I got a good team now that supports me to really get this thing back on track. So we're working flat out, and a lot of vibes, a lot of music is coming. I've been recording, like I've told you, since January. It's been recordings and recordings and recordings. Yeah, so a lot is coming out pretty soon.
But Willom, we want to hear whatever you're doing. Whether it's just a minute, because look at the trend now. You know, these millennials, they are using social media. They do a song or they create a beef, you know, just to push their music. Why are you not also doing the same thing?
Yeah, like I said, you know, now I have a good team. I didn't have a proper, since I left Shamiso, my team wasn't that kind of a team that really pushes stuff like to the level. But like now, I've got everything in place. And like I've said, pretty soon, great things are coming. We're going to be pushing a lot of things like that. Videos also are coming. A lot of things are happening, you know, just to reignite the brand. So yeah, man, just bear with me.
So you hinted that you did a song with your son, Gary Tight.
Yeah.
He's also been doing quite well. And yes, you did one song. Any more songs that probably you're working on?
Yeah, since I came back also, we recorded two songs, and we have one song that we're releasing probably this week. A good song called You Feel the Vibe. It's one good song. We're releasing it this week. It's coming out this week, yeah. So expect something great from me and Gary as well. Like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, we are following you. We are expecting a lot. So what's the next song now?
Let me take you back again, 20 years ago. Ndiripano, the song that introduced me to vocals.
Let's go.
Thank you. kanganwewo chidzidzo chedu achidzidzo chedu iwe ana wawe ikoko ndichakumirirawo ondiri pano mudiwa ayaya andiri pano mudiwa aya kusvika wadzoka iwe akakumirira kusvika wauya aiwa ndomira ine kusvika wauya ungava uri kure oyoyo kusvika wauya ungava uri kure asi mumwoyo tiri tose kana kwauri ikoko usachikoshiwe icho chidzidzo chedu achidzidzo chedu iwe kana wawe ikoko ndichakumirirawo ondiri pano mudiwa ayaya andiri pano mudiwa aya kusvika wadzoka iwe akakumirira kusvika wauya ndomira ine
You're watching The Couch right here on ZBS TV network, and today we are discussing the fate of the Warriors coach, Zdravko Rugarusic, and we know, there's still some time left on his contract. He claims now, this is a big claim, to have helped Zimbabwe qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. Why is he claiming? Because it was one of the key resort areas, because they said we want to go to the AFCON, and we qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations. Do you blame the guy?
No, I think it is true, but not entirely true. Yes, he helped. He did. I just wanted to say, Howard, people say, Marco, you have always been against Logarusic from day one. Here is my take. First training session, I've got guys, senior members of the team, they call. When you're home, buzz us, we want to talk to you. And this guy's call. It becomes a conference call, a WhatsApp call. This guy say, Marco, where did Zifa get this white man? I said, man, he's a coach from up there. I think he's got experience. This session was 45 minutes. These guys watched him for 45 minutes and concluded that he is not a football coach. It's just like music, like Willom said. You know a good singer when they've sung probably a note to say, you've got a voice. Now, when the players that work with him say he's not a good coach, the supporters say he should go. The media is unanimous in saying, please, let's log out. If Zifa stays put with this guy, they'll be very brave or foolish, but I believe foolish.
Maybe more can come in now. Aren't there any consequences if they fire him now before his contract runs out?
Yeah, I think the last time we fired Valinos and we ended up being suspended and all that. And at the moment, the current setup at Zifa, they do not have good legal representation, and it's a fact. I'm not just saying this from Norway. They've got so many issues that they have failed to resolve. The way employees were contracts were terminated, the way they have not been able to pay service providers, and they're always in court. You know, even the bus that we got from FIFA had to be hidden somewhere because we do not have that legal quality at FIFA that can give us proper guidance. It would then be prudent for us to let the contract run until January, so that when the contract is done, we just let him go. Let him go.
So you'd rather we get banned? Remember the Valinos issue that was raised?
We're jumping a very important fact. There is a cost involved to firing Logarusic.
There's also a cost
you have done the maths. 7,000 times 6. That is the cost of paying him off. 42,000 US dollars. If Kamambo wants to be popular today, let him say we fired Logarusic and they've set up a GoFundMe, we need to pay him off. Because it's unanimous. You go on Twitter now, you say Logarusic be fired, the retweets, the likes. I mean, we are on the same page. The whole of Zimbabwe is on the same page. Yes, there is a cost. Should we pay him when we fire him? Yes, we should. Because we are contractually obliged to do so. Let's pay him, okay? Because failure to fire him now means that Ethiopia will beat us, and South Africa too, and our World Cup dream will be in tatters. In January, we will take the money, probably with the tall girl that I've seen him in Harare with, and leave. And we are left with heartbreak and the World Cup qualifier. That means nothing.
I understand the math that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
You said 6 times 7.
Times 7.
But let me pour in cold water to that, because he got a 1-year extension on his current contract. So on the 6th month that you're talking about, add another 12 months. So we are stuck with Logarusic.
With this guy, he comes in from South Africa. We part ways.
Maybe we book him a flight from where he is.
From wherever he is, he just goes back to where he came from, and then we find a way to pay him.
All right. So one quick one before we go to Willom. Do we have a set criteria as Zimbabwe, about how we select coaches for our national teams?
No, we don't. I think it's all our emotions.
We don't.
They say they have a selection committee, but I don't think they have. But before I sign off, I come from a school of thought. If Zifa do not fire Logarusic, then the song must change. Let Zifa go, because then they will be useless. We are having this guy who, that Cameroonian incident, he should have been reprimanded. He had to be reprimanded, but he wasn't reprimanded. And the guy called Brighton Malandule coming and say, look, let's give him time. Time to do what? To make us angry even more. No. there's no time. There's no time.
Loga must go. I think...
Possible replacements?
We have got too many local coaches.
But you guys at Zifa, you don't believe in local coaches. Do you?
Zifa does not want to pay local coaches. It's not about belief. They feel if Howard comes in, we can give Howard 7,000. If Howard comes, they say we'll give you 2,500. But bring in a white guy, it's now 7,000. That's the only problem. It's not like
you cannot tell me Logarusic, Norman Mapeza.
There's no comparison.
What are we saying? I mean,
we had Joey Antipas, Logarusic,
and we are saying
you went for Logarusic
for reasons best known to them.
thank you guys. We can talk about this until I don't know. But what we did earlier on, we spoke to Herald senior sports reporter Eddie Chikami on his views about Zdravko Logarusic.
I think Loga has got his time with the Warriors. 11 games in charge, and statistics don't lie. 11 games, 1 win, 4 draws, 6 defeats. That's not a good report. So I think Zifa should make an honorable decision, probably to try and review his contract. If you can see how the team has been shaping up since he came, I don't think the Warriors have made any slight improvement. In fact, we are going backwards because beyond the statistics, the results themselves, the way the team has been performing, I think we are now a team that doesn't show structure. We don't have a structure to see what kind of a team we are.
Senior sports reporter Eddie Chikami here, the Herald, also weighing in on the issue that the guys are talking about, and he says let's review the coach probably with one eye on logging him out. Yeah, so
I also want to say that Zifa does not want to hire local coaches because they owe all the top coaches. They owe Mapesa, they owe Marimu, they owe Antipas, all the coaches, everyone who has coached the national team is owed. So they would rather get someone from out there who doesn't know that they pay here and there, and
or maybe the narrative should change. Let's not focus on Logarusic.
That's what I was saying. Gentlemen, it's simple, Howard. It's simple. This game belongs to Zimbabwe and Zimbabweans. And when you are there, you are supposed to represent us. And we feel that you're not representing us. Just walk.
There is Zifa elections next year. Does Kamambo
It's way too far.
Does Kamambo want to be re-elected? I think this is this is one step in the right direction. If he wants to be re-elected.
Let's save this for another show. But thank you guys. Willom. Yeah, but probably I like what you said about rebranding. You're getting a lot of love in the comment section. Yeah, Tight, the legend. People are saying a lot about you. And this, I think, shows that you still have a lot of love out there. People are hungry for your music. So I think you just need to do your part. Yes, you'd go to South Africa, you wanted to take your music somewhere. It didn't really work out the way you wanted, but you're back and you still have the voice. We've heard the voice. So what's the direction now? Yes, you said you've got a lot in the pipeline, a lot that you're working on. COVID times, no shows, whatever. How good is your social media game?
Yeah, we're living in a serious time for sure, man. And yeah, just like any other artist, it's tough to survive, during these times. But we're trying to utilize the time with more recordings, linking up with people on Facebook, on all these platforms here. Also, the music that we're producing, trying to put it also on platforms so that people, if they don't get a chance to see us perform, they can still access the music. Yeah, so we're working on all those things and hopefully we'll get there.
What happened to the Tight family? Is it still there?
The Tight family lives forever.
It's tight.
It's tight for real, man. Yeah, it is forever.
All right, so how do people get in touch with you? Because the love that I'm seeing in the comment section, people obviously, want to hear more. People want to interact with you. How do they get in touch?
Yeah, I'm on most social platforms, but very active on Facebook and WhatsApp.
All right.
Yeah.
What's the name? Willom Tight?
Willom Tight, yeah. Willom Tight, Willom Tight is the ordinary one, WILLOMTIGHT.
Right.
Yeah.
No, thanks so much for coming. And I certainly hope that whatever you are planning will come out the way you want.
Thank you, my brother.
Because look, you've given us a lot of music that when you were singing, I had some nostalgic moments. I'm thinking about what you were doing, what I was doing when you gave us that kind of music, and hopefully you're going to give us.
We're going to give you more.
Yeah, we want bangers.
Sure, thank you, man. We're going to do that. That's what we're doing.
No, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Howard.
Yeah. My name is Howard Msonza. The Couch is back again next week. And next week, we've got another amazing voice, Kim Makumbe. She'll be here. You get to know more about her. So what's the song that's closing the show for us?
Sekutaura kwataura varume ava kuti local is best. Akakambaka ndeke kutoti totoda wekuno kwete wekucroatia. Ndinoda wangu kuma the original now. Yeah, man. Hi, yeah. Hi, yeah. Hi, Inokatya madzwai nezvaveko mazuva ano kuona vana ava voratsa tsika dzavo achinga chi zvimwendo pasi parowa nenyundo asi chiko kutora tsika dzevamwe dzavo mudondotsve ayayayaya. Yes, sorry, the day will come when everyone will be proud of their natural beauty. I am an African warrior who needs a true Bantu woman. Andika wani we mudhorobha nditsvagire iwe wekumapanyai handidi munozakara satsika ndinoda wangu wekumaruzevha handika wane wemudhorobha nditsvagire iwe wekumapanyai handidi munozakara satsika Tetendo kunzirai murora kuti dzinza rikure murora akapa kuvanhu dzokai vana vefu. I've been searching for too long for this African woman. Hatidi zambiringwa munyemba kondo muhuku shundu mundove ayayayaya shundu mundove ayayayaya dinoda wangu dinoda wangu ayayayaya aya handidi munozakara sisi dinoda wangu ayayayaya aya handidi munozakara Manot, Adedembokwa. Watch me. Right. Go. Shawu kufunga kuzita self-denial. Kutaratika vamwe iwe wati une style. Kwere bodo no, daramba shema nose. No dams gonna mapanya anetika ziri straight. Uno bleach skid. Chemical, kwata nzongo nyama waka